A breakdown of and Heche's estate battle following her death. Everything to know. In August 2022, Heche accidentally drove her car into a Los Angeles residence, a collision that resulted in a fire. At the time, a rep for the Another World star told us that their client was currently in stable condition, adding, "Her family and friends ask for your thoughts and prayers and to respect her privacy during this difficult time." 1 week later, however, Heche's condition took a turn for the worse. The rep revealed that the "I Know What You Did Last Summer" actress had since fallen into a coma. At this time she is in extreme critical condition. She has a significant pulmonary injury requiring mechanical ventilation and burns that require surgical intervention, the statement read. She is in a coma and has not regained consciousness since shortly after the accident. The Emmy winner's family later announced that she would be taken off life support after being declared legally dead. Following her passing, Heche's official cause of death was confirmed to be due to inhalation of smoke and thermal injuries. Her organs were later harvested for donation. 1 month later, Heche's family made headlines due to a messy battle over her estate. The former soap star first expanded her family in 2002 when she gave birth to son Homer, whom she shared with then-husband Coleman Laffoon. 7 years later, the Return to Paradise star welcomed son Atlas with then-partner James Tupper. After Homer filed for control over his mother's estate, James argued that he can reject the petition as the father of Heche's second child. According to court documents obtained by us in September 2022, the revenge alum claimed that Homer is not suitable for appointment because of his age and lack of income. The Canada native also alleged that Homer was estranged from his mother at the time of her death. James also accused Homer of changing the locks on Heche's apartment in the wake of her passing, which prevented Atlas from gaining access. The assertion that the Heche's apartment is vacant in Homer's pleadings is concerning, the document stated. Her home was full of her furnishings, jewelry, valuables, files and records, and their removal was in no way authorized by this court or the law. Atlas has not been able to gain entry to this apartment since his mother's death. In the paperwork, the actor questioned whether Homer will act in his brother's best interest. He argued that Homer's decision to allegedly not attend grief counseling with Atlas in August 2022 created more tension. This is particularly upsetting given that Atlas is 13 years old, was with his mother on the day of her death, and he has reached out to Homer repeatedly, the documents alleged. In fact, since their mother's death, Homer has not seen his brother, nor had contact with him. Didn't appoint anyone to be in charge of her estate. Heche died without a will. In September 2022, US confirmed that her eldest child filed a request to be put in charge of the estate. According to court docs, Homer requested to be appointed guardian of his half-brother's portion of the estate as well. Why hasn't James objected? In response, Atlas' father and Heche's ex-partner filed paperwork challenged the request. Tupper claimed that Heche previously appointed him to be in charge of her estate. "In case I die tomorrow and anyone asks," the alleged 2011 email from Heche reads. "My wishes are that all of my assets go to the control of Mr. James Tupper to be used to raise my children and then given to the children. They will be divided equally among our children, currently Homer Heche Laffoon and Atlas Heche Tupper, and their portion given to each when they are the age of 25. When the last child turns 25, any house or other properties owned may be sold and the money divided equally among our children." Homer's necessary request. In October 2022, Homer filed a petition to expand his authority as the special administrator of his late mother's estate. According to court docs obtained by us, Homer and his attorneys said the expansion was necessary because the tangible personal property of the estate in Heche's apartment needs to be moved ASAP in order to avoid additional fees, costs, and possible loss to the estate. Homer also claimed that there are additional checks made payable to his mom that need to be endorsed and deposited to the estate before they're voided. In November 2022, Lynn Misheal, the woman whose home Heche crashed into, filed a lawsuit against the late star's estate, asking for $2 million in damages. Ms. Heal alleged that Heche's car barreled through the front of her house and deep into its interior, before coming to a halt just feet away from her and her pets, adding that the fire caused by the crash destroyed an entire life's worth of her personal possessions. She also claimed that the accident left her completely traumatized, unusually startled by hearing loud noises, plagued by nightmares and flashbacks of the incident, terrified of walking outside, and, atop that, without a place to live. In documents obtained by Entertainment Tonight, the couple claims that the violent impact from the crash caused severe structural damage to the home, and that the crash resulted in a towering inferno that caused additional damage. At the time of the wreck, the home was being rented by Lynn Misheal. The documents state that the Durand family received a substantial economic benefit from the lease and the monthly rent that they received, but are no longer receiving those funds due to the accident. The Durands now have to spend substantial time and money and undergo the difficult process of rebuilding their house, the documents claim. The lawsuit seeks compensatory damages in the amount of $2 million, as well as damages for recovery of their costs and punitive damages.